Today I'm going to talk to you guys about probation and how it is beneficial to probationers, and therefore it should be used as a method to help criminals in any way. Probation can save a criminal's life with all the possible benefits it offers. Probation can save a criminal life because, considering the facts, all the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. I've interned with many different probation officers and an ex-probation officer who is now a deputy court administrator, and who have all been in the system for many years and have seen the advantages of probation and seen what it could do to people's lives and change them for the better. Um, Although there are few irrational fears to probation and irrational fears that criminals will go back on the street and commit other crimes, probation, the benefits clearly outweigh the disadvantages, and therefore it should be used as a method to help criminals. Probation should be used more often to help criminals because it is very beneficial. The main problem with probation is the overpopulation of prison. U.S. prisons are very overpopulated, and as you can see on this chart, it shows how more than half of the states in the U.S. Have almost half of more than what they're supposed to have. So that means they were filled up to 100%. That means they were filled up to 100%, and then more than half of what was supposed to be in there is put in there. So that means they're very overpopulated. Um, Although there are many benefits to probation, there are many steps that need to be taken so that these benefits can be accepted and used. If you look at the numbers and do research before assuming, there's no need to fear that most probationers will go back on the street and commit other crimes. The incarceration rate among probationers at risk of violating their conditions of supervision, including incarceration for a new offense and revocation and other reasons, was stated in 2013 at 5.4%, and that was stated by Aaron J. Herdman. And that means that only 5.4% of criminals violate their probation, which means that only a very few amount of criminals will go back in the streets and commit other crimes. And all of them don't even commit other crimes. Some of them may just not show up to their meetings with the probation officers or fail drug tests. And this is a very low percentage, which means it's very good, which means that you should not fear that probationers will go back on the streets and commit other crimes. You should also understand that all criminals can be helped. Probation offers mental health care for people who need it. And with mental health care, even if a probationer has problems and they can't control themselves, or they're not in a control of their state of mind, probation can offer mental health care and provide psychologists and psychiatrists who can provide medicine for a probationer, which will help them be able to control themselves in their mind so they could behave appropriately in their community. There are many benefits to probation. I'm going to tell you about some of the solutions. One solution to keep a criminal on probation only costs a portion of what it costs to keep a criminal incarcerated. To keep a criminal on probation is way less, like money-wise, for the government than it is to incarcerate it. So how the prisons are overpopulated, if they would keep most of these criminals on probation who have the opportunity to be on probation, the government would save tons of money and would be able to spend it on other things. And if a criminal is on probation, they can maintain a job so they can still support their family and loved ones. So this means that while they're on probation, they can get a job, and like if their family's struggling, then they can help them. And like if they have kids or a wife and family, they can help them to provide food in the house and everything else they need. Some possible myths and objections are that probation criminals will stay on the streets and they won't maintain a steady and crime-free lifestyle. But like I stated earlier, the retention rate is only 5.4%. So that means that not many probationers will go back on the streets and commit other crimes. And probation can actually help a criminal become better and will not hinder them from becoming successful or losing any opportunities from becoming on probation. These objections and myths are all fake and have been proven fake with even real life experiences. An example of a real life experience is once a probationer who didn't speak any English and was on drugs and alcohol went went through a probation program and was put in a vocational program, so he learned how to speak English, stopped using cocaine, and stopped drinking alcohol. And he also obtained his first job. And this just proves how probation can help any criminal, no matter who it is and how low they are, how low they start. It can help them to become better, and it can help them like get back on their feet, basically. And a probationer with mental health issues can also be helped after being put through programs and being prescribed medicine to improve their state of mind. Probation is clearly beneficial. It should be used to help criminals. What everyone should do, you should push anyone you know who is being incarcerated or who has the opportunity, because it really is a benefit to use probation. You should push them to use probation and to take the opportunity, because it will help them, and it's better than being incarcerated where you have no opportunities. And if you do get to work, it's like a penny a day. While if you're on probation, you could work for minimum wage or even more and still help your family and still be out in the community and becoming a better person. Probation is clearly beneficial and has proven advantage to help many criminals in many ways in their life. One way that you can help get more people on probation and stop the overpopulation of prison is by signing a petition.
For an interruption.
A petition.
Stephanie Montoya, please report to Ms. Harden's desk. And Stephanie Montoya, please report to Ms. Harden's desk.
A petition will help the overpopulation of the prison, because it'll show the government that everyone in the community wants this, and then they'll push a law may happen. A bill may get signed, so more people can be on probation, and the overpopulation of the prison will become illegal. And all in all, probation is beneficial and should not be viewed as bad. And I have a quote. Probation is a penalty that can benefit the community without overextending the system in terms of resources. But the system can undermine the ability of probation by overextending the resources and by stacking conditions on probationers that intensify the sanction. Probation is elastic in terms of goals, operations, and benefits. FedEx Taxman.